When I moved into my new apartment, I wasn't looking for anything special, just a place close to work and far from my ex. It was small but bright, clean, and cheap for downtown. Too cheap, actually. The landlord, a thin man with nervous eyes, handed me the keys and said, "If you hear something strange at night, don't open the door. Walls here carry sound weirdly." I thought it was just a joke. The first few nights were quiet. I unpacked, settled in, learned the rhythm of the building, the hum of the elevator, the occasional arguing neighbors, the plumbing that groaned at 3 a.m. like an old man in pain. Then, one night, I woke up to knocking. 3 soft knocks. They came from behind my bedroom wall, the one that bordered apartment 403, according to the floor plan. But here's the thing. My apartment was 403. At first, I laughed it off. Maybe it was the pipes again. But the knocking came back the next night. Same time, 2:47 a.m., and a little louder. That's when I pressed my ear to the wall. And I swear I heard a whisper. A woman's voice, faint and trembling. "Can you hear me?" I froze. The whisper was so close it felt like it was inside my head. I whispered back, "Who's there?" Silence. I couldn't sleep after that. The next morning, I asked the landlord about it. He looked startled. "You heard her?" I nodded slowly. "There's no one next door," he said. "That wall is solid concrete. No connecting apartment. Just an old storage shaft from the original building design. Sealed decades ago." I laughed nervously. "Then how the hell did I hear someone?" He just shrugged and muttered, "Old buildings remember things." That night, I recorded audio on my phone, left it near the wall, and tried to sleep. At exactly 2:47, the knocking returned. 3 times. Then, the whisper again. When I played the recording back in the morning, my blood ran cold. Because the voice did speak. But it didn't say what I thought. It said, "You shouldn't be here." I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went digging. At the city archive, I found blueprints of the building. My apartment, 403, didn't exist in the original plan. It was listed as Maintenance Corridor B. A narrow service shaft that was supposed to be sealed after a fire 30 years ago. A fire that killed a woman named Evelyn Hart, who lived, according to old records, in apartment 403. But 403 burned down. So why was I living there now? That night, I stayed up, lights off, waiting. The air turned colder, heavier. At 2:47, right on time, the knocking came again. But this time, it didn't stop at 3 knocks. It continued. Louder. Faster. Like someone desperately trying to break through the wall. And then, between the pounding, the voice whispered, broken and pleading. "Help me, they buried me here." The next day, I couldn't stand it anymore. I grabbed a hammer and started tapping the wall where the sound came from. It echoed hollow, not like solid concrete should. Behind the wallpaper, I found an old doorframe, plastered over, painted to match the wall. My hands were shaking as I pried it open. Inside was a narrow, pitch-black shaft, full of dust and cobwebs. The smell hit first, damp, metallic, rotten. I shone my phone's flashlight and saw something wedged between the pipes. A human hand. I stumbled back, heart hammering, nearly vomiting. I called the police immediately. They arrived within minutes, broke through the wall completely, and there she was. The remains of a woman, clutching a melted silver locket. Inside the locket, under cracked glass, was a photo of me. The police questioned me for hours. How did I know the remains were there? Why was my photo in the locket? I didn't have answers. Later, I found the landlord's number disconnected. When I went back to the building, the door to my apartment was sealed off with police tape. But the next day, when I checked the news, my stomach turned to ice. The article read: Remains found in abandoned building, demolition workers report hearing woman's voice. The photo in the article showed the same building, but half collapsed, covered in graffiti. Demolished years ago. And the date on the article? October 23, 2015. 10 years ago today. So, if that place was destroyed 10 years ago, where have I been living all this time?